brings up the weather. It's been a little crazy. I'm tired of it.
And a whole lot to talk about. The wind, the coastal flooding, more rain, an extension of the flash flood watch, and dare I say the tropics. I'm sorry. Not here, not here. Oh. The look on your face.
I almost pulled your tie.
Really, Chris? All right, let's take a look at what's going on. First, let's recap the Luling tornado. Now, this was issued as only a severe thunderstorm warning last night. It was a very brief and short-lived tornado. Winds in probably about 75 miles an hour. The path of the tornado was only about a half mile and lasted for exactly 1 minute. So thankfully, it was not on the ground for very long and was not a strong tornado, but doesn't matter. It did the damage. Now, we've been talking about more rainfall in our forecast. That plume of tropical moisture is still getting fed up with it across much of central Louisiana. And really, it looks like this will continue basically from a line, I would say, just west of the city, but more in the direction Houma toward the river parishes and Baton Rouge. Now, gradually later in the day tomorrow, notice that moisture gets shifted farther west as high pressure begins to build in. But through the overnight and into early tomorrow, we will likely see the continuation of this rainfall and at times some heavy downpours in already saturated ground, which does lead to a flooding risk. So the heavy rainfall right now from Galliano across home, it looks like some new flash flood warnings or maybe a street flood advisory is being issued for this area around Thibodaux to Morgan City, and this will continue generally along a path toward Pierre Park, maybe keeping it just off to the west of Baton Rouge. But the flash flood watch has been extended until noon tomorrow, so we can anticipate more rain and additional flooding possible. Now, we will likely see more coastal flooding, especially during the afternoon and evening. Why is that time the highest of the water? Is because that is a time of high tide, and tide's been running about 1 to 2 in the lake, but then also 2 to 3. And notice some of our parishes now in Lake Pontchartrain and Lake Maurepas have been elevated to coastal flood warnings, where we have seen flooding from the high water. Not only coastal, but we could also call that lakeshore flooding, because that is now getting that water inundated into Lakes Pontchartrain and Maurepas. Right now outside, mostly cloudy, again some scattered rain and heavy at times in the vicinity. 79 degrees our current temperature. Today's high, we were able to get into the low 80s with a morning low of 73 degrees, and temperatures outside at the moment are in the 70s. Wind advisory is up. That'll be another problem during the day tomorrow, with strong winds still out of the east and southeast, which at times, as you can see, can cause damage inland, but also a problem for our coastline. Winds sort of diminish a bit during the late night hours, but then start picking up as we get into tomorrow morning. We're finally going to see this moisture plume shifted off toward the west as high pressure starts building in from the east. That's going to cause our temperatures to start getting into the upper 80s and low 90s, but at least it will put a cap on the rainfall. Now, we've been talking about the tropics. There is Invest 90L out in the Atlantic near Bermuda. It is not coming anywhere near us. Models, though, are indicating we will likely see this develop into either a subtropical or tropical system, making that Ana, and possibly the first name of the season, and marking this year as the 7th season of a pre-season storm. A lot going on right now. 82 our high tomorrow with spotty showers mainly off to the west. Temperatures gradually increasing as we dry out into early next week, with maybe some stray showers returning toward the end of next week.
I'm just impressed that you said 7th season of the pre-season
I know. Don't ask me to say that again, because I will not be able to.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
Sure.
Well,